So John Guaman here. Wanted to really create this overall video for people to kind of just hire their conviction and their belief system behind this business because a lot of people get involved in this industry and they don't recognize. I mean, they know it's a $1 million, $1 billion industry, but they really don't recognize how lucrative the entire industry as a whole is. So I'm gonna here in this video gonna compare our business model to college and also a small business, and we're gonna overall look at what network marketing is. So this is a $180 billion industry. It's pretty crazy because it's the second highest paid profession in the entire world. I'm going to skip over all this, so you can go on the GPC website and actually look up this article. What we do here is it's a word of mouth advertising, guys. So similar to, you know what I mean, Amazon, similar to Facebook. You know, we're the most socially connected generation the world has ever seen before. So all we're doing is we're networking a product that already makes us money in the most socially connected generation in the entire world in an economy since the Great Depression. So essentially, when you read through this entire article, it's going to tell you and explain what word of mouth advertising is a little bit more in depth and why it's so beneficial because some of the world's greatest millionaires and billionaires and leaders of the world like word of mouth more, and it's the most effective way to advertise rather than any other way because you're not going to believe a billboard or a YouTube ad, but you're going to believe a person that you trust in. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to also compare network marketing to college. So this is going to be very, very shocking to some people because they do not understand the freaking difference, which is crazy. You know, a lot of people put up a lot of money to go to college. And, you know, recently in recent times, because we live in a technology age, they realize they're not getting really the return on investment. So I'm going to compare the four. So network marketing as a whole, you know, to start up in our business, you know, it's only $200. And I think I explained in the last video before, you could suck at network marketing, but as long as you rank up twice a year, every single year for 4 years, you would walk out in our business model with $100,000 every single month, which is pretty phenomenal. It's a very great investment for only a startup with which is only $200. And you know, the subscription fee is obviously maybe $150 a month. But that's like similar to a small business where you're just consistently paying your small little fees every single month. And that residual is crazy. So college, the average person invests in college about $50,000. They're $50,000 in debt or $100,000 in debt after they leave college, depending on whatever his or her major is. And they also invest a large amount of money for no guarantee a degree. That's just how it is nowadays. And let's see after the 4 years what most likely happens to most people or what could happen with a college degree or with a network marketing company. Here I put up you end up with a $240,000 residual income, guaranteed income that will never leave your pocket. Once you built up something once, you know, legacy company, you never have to build it again. You do it once right, you never have to build again. With other bonuses, it would also come out more to 300K. So with this, you know, obviously if you built it up and ranked up twice a year, every single year, you'd be making a large amount of income. You'll have a financial plan for your future. So think of it like this. When you get involved in the industry of network marketing, you start changing your entire mindset. You know, you start learning how to get out of debt. You start learning how to make money work for you. You start building your organizations and leading people, obtaining leadership skills that a lot of people don't necessarily have. And you're building a real asset that will last you in the future, right? You grow as a person financially and mentally. Fast forward 2 more years and you're a millionaire. 10K investment with an auto trader will make you a million in 4 years. I don't know if you guys knew that either. And after 4 years of college, the 29% of kids actually end up getting a job out of college, only 29%. It's actually lower now. This is kind of old. I made this 2 years ago. It also get into 50K on average debt, money that will be taken from you consistently. So what's crazy about college debt, which a lot of people don't understand, it's not like credit card debt. It's the biggest debt in the world actually. But what's crazy about college debt is it's never forgiven. So let's say you go bankrupt on college debt, you cannot literally be forgiven on that. Like they will still take away money from you regardless of what it is, whether it's your paychecks and stuff. It's one of the most craziest debts in the world. Another thing about college debt is, let's say you die, that it gets passed down to your kids or your spouse or whatever it is. Another thing about college debt, which is pretty crazy, is it adds up, right? I think Albert Einstein says it best: the most powerful force in the universe is compounded interest. So when you recognize that, you realize that, man, the college debt can really screw you over. Just being in debt in general can really screw you over. I have to also, you know, there's no really guarantee. You know, Forbes magazine reported only 14% of students actually walking out of a college with a job in their year in 2014. Only half of those were well-paying jobs. You also have to work your way up the corporate ladder, which a lot of people here recognize. Now, I'm not bashing college here, or bashing a job, but I just think that, with the network marketing field, network marketing not just works, it's just better. I think that instead of us stepping on other people, what we're doing is we're elevating people to get to our level so we can help them make income so we can make income. And not just that, network marketing as a whole, I think you create your own economy. So which do you think is the better investment overall? That's really up to you. Just look at the facts here in the back of the website or in this video and kind of just recognize what the better investment is. Now, I'm going to compare network marketing to a small business, and this is going to mind blow you guys because this is going to be really, really, really educational. So let's compare network marketing to a small business. This may be really shocking to you guys. So let's say I were to open up a small business, like a little small franchise, like a 7-Eleven or a Shell, right down the street. So the startup cost for the average small business in network marketing is about $200 with our small business, and 500K the average small business maybe, or 250K, depends on what kind of businesses that you're opening. Beginning of the month, your first year in network marketing, it varies. You can make no money or you can make a lot of money. It really just depends on the person. Usually with a small business within the first year, you're not going to make any money back because why? You're paying back your loans, your debt, and etc. Usually the first year isn't very profitable. The second year in a small business is where you really start seeing profits unless you put up your own money. Plan. Network marketing is a plan. Network marketing is a 3 to 5 year plan. That's how we preach it as. We don't preach it as a get rich quick, but we preach it as, guys, if you put in the work, you put in the effort every single day, those small little compounded work will add up eventually. So within the next 5 years, you could be financially free. And that's what it is that we're advertising. With a small business, it's a little different. It's the same thing. It's longevity. But the problem is there's so much competition with small businesses, and it's such a huge market where a lot of businesses fail. So think of it like this: 7% of small businesses make it past year one. That's crazy. Small restaurants, I mean. And only 30% of those small businesses actually make it past year to 3 to 5. So to really, build your small business, you need to be very innovative. If I had a 7-Eleven or a, Shell, I needed to make sure that that business thrived, or, it would just be one of these statistics. Expenses in a small business and network marketing. So the auto ship of a network marketing product, your expenses every single month is your auto ship, right? $150 a month, because without product, how are you able to show people what it is that you have, right? The product, well, how are you able to sell people, or show them how to essentially use the products or services? You can't. You need product, right? Same thing with a small business. You have products, you have insurance, you have utilities, you have a power bill, etc., right? If I were to open a 7-Eleven or a gasoline station, all that stuff matters. If I can't pay my light bill, I'm screwed, right? So another big thing is the economy, right? The economy doesn't necessarily affect network marketing as a whole, right? You create your own economy, which is what a lot of us preach, because it's run by people. It's people run, right? With our small business, it's completely different. It's actually you're considered a slave to the economy. The reason why is because of the fluctuations and the prices that affect everything. Think of it like this: what if my gasoline station starts producing less gas because of the war going on, or like, let's say gasoline prices skyrocket and less people don't want to even go to start using less gas. The economy has a huge effect on everything that it is that we do on a small business side, right? So employees now. Think of it like this: with network marketing, it's a team effort. People help people, and you have people work for you, right? Think of it like that, right? When you have people helping people, I think it's very cool and beneficial, because think of it like this: let's say if I were to get into a car accident, God forbid, and I died, and I was on my way to a meeting or something like that, someone else with enough knowledge and skill set can go out there and kill it in the field. Think of it like this: with a small business, let's say if I run my own small business, right, my 7-Eleven that I was talking about, and if I die, or if I cannot make it in one day, the small business fails, right? Because usually about 80% of small businesses have no employees. It's only family run. So that just goes to show that a lot of people don't understand how crazy important it is when you have people helping people. Innovations. Think of it like this: the innovations is something in network marketing you don't really need to worry about, right? You have new products coming out constantly thanks to iMarkets Live, credibility, and you also have recognition. So the recognition comes in the credibility in terms of, Christopher Terry, who's had a huge amount of recognition. The recognition comes from the leaders and yourself. And that's what makes it so powerful, because innovation is what's going to drive your business. If your business is one of a kind, people are going to look at it. Think of it like this now with the small business section right here. You have to make and build your own and adapt. You need to create your uniqueness or you will fail. That's just 100%. It's phenomenal when I'm going through this thing. Another thing about comparing network marketing to a small business is the time. Network marketing is meant to be a part-time business, right? Part-time, full-time on your job, part-time on your fortune. It's supposed to be to the point where you quit your job, and once you start making more than what you're making in your job. There's flexibility behind it. Think of it like this. I woke up today at like 12 p.m. Eastern time because I was up very late at night. But if I were to work a regular job, I would have to make sure I was in my 9 to 5 at 9 o'clock on the dot, or I would get fired, right? So that's what's amazing about it, the flexibility. Now, a small business is, we say this, and I think someone else put this up there, it's like 24 hours around the clock. When you're first starting a small business, it's probably one of the most stressful things in the world. You can go look it up. There's statistics out there about how many people will suffer from anxiety and depression after opening a small business, just because of how, it asks of you. Small businesses can be somewhat, stressful, and it's because it's your very own, right? And you're kind of out there for your first time, kind of doing your own little thing, and it can be very stressful for the person, right? So I recommend network marketing as a whole compared to a small business, just because you can kind of dip into your toes and have an idea of what it is owning a small business. Because owning a business isn't for everyone, you can kind of have a lot of people be involved in a business model, but it isn't for everyone. A lot of people are actually meant to go work jobs, and that's okay. A lot of people need to be told what to do, and that's fine. That doesn't make it bad or anything. But next thing, generating. Okay, so with network marketing, you're generating assets that will last, which is creating wealth. With small businesses, it's usually kind of known as a liability, and you can be well off. You can be rich. There's a difference between being rich and wealthy. Being wealthy is creating generational wealth, while being rich is only having money in that period of time. So, the book Rich Dad Poor Dad talks a lot about this. So definitely look up Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, another thing is the compensation plan in network marketing. The average compensation plan in network marketing is about 5 ways to get paid. This one says 7. The crazy part about it is that you're spreading wealth, and it's in a very aggressive compensation plan. You're getting paid 5 different ways through a compensation, right, through building the business. And then you're also getting paid through the service, our service. Our service is trading. So think of it like this. If I could make an average $100 a week trading, I mean, that's only $400 or $500 a month, right? That's cool. But let's say I'm also 600 club. So I'm making an average, $600 a month with network marketing. So that averages me to making about $1,200 a month. I mean, so if I'm making $1,200 a month, that's pretty life changing to the average person. So with small businesses, the compensation varies. You know what I mean? Some months are very, very good, and some months are very bad. It really just depends on what it is that you're doing. Let's say my 7-Eleven could do really great one month and then do really bad the next month. So competition. What's crazy about iMarkets Live is because it's kind of like a category creator. No other company out there really compares to this thing. There's more financial companies, but we kind of dominate the field in the Forex MLM industry, which is pretty phenomenal. Small businesses are very competitive. You have a lot of small businesses out there that will compete with each other. Literally, there's like down the road, there's like a McDonald's and a Burger King right next to each other, legitimately competing with one-on-one with each other. So it's a very, very competitive industry. Another thing that I want to mention is when you're in network marketing, you're a consumer of the product, but you also get a business model behind it. With small businesses, you're just a slave to the consumer, right? If I lose my consumer, I'm screwed, right? And this is where I'm talking about the customer radius, the consumer radius. So think of it like this. With network marketing, you have the whole world as your consumers, right? The consumers of your product can be the world. With a small business, you have a 15-mile radius to attract. So think of it like this. If I had a 7-Eleven and that 15-mile radius, if I'm not innovative enough, if I'm not, my company's not good enough, or whatever it is, that 15-mile radius, I have to make sure that I always have those people coming in and out, always buying. Because what's the difference between my 7-Eleven and the 7-Eleven in like Arkansas or something like that, right? Or the 7-Eleven in California, right? What makes mine so special? I need to make sure it's innovative so people will come through. If not, if I can't satisfy the people within a 15-mile radius from my business, I'm screwed. I'm going to lose my business. So that's what a lot of people need to realize. Now, this is a pretty big comparison, comparing the two, network marketing and a small business. If you want to find this stuff and, write down notes on it, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Go to the globalpremierclub.com website. You're going to go all the way back, all the way down to like the 12th number, and it's going to say the power of network marketing article. And I essentially wrote this out so people can kind of get educated and understand what it is that we have in our pockets. So I'm going to continue making videos. I think the next video I'm going to make is about Forex, so people understand the power behind Forex. But I wanted to show this video off so people can get educated. People don't really understand what it is that they're in. So if you understand what it is that you're in, you would not be afraid to go out there and show other people what it is, because we're essentially giving people the opportunity to become business owners, which is phenomenal. And think of it like this: you're 5 times more likely to become a millionaire through network marketing than any other industry in the world combined, right? Pretty phenomenal.